Hello, it's the 21st of February 2020. Oh, there's a person. I have to stop talking in a very small bit, okay? Stop talking because I don't want to seem like I'm crazy. Okay. Is it still winter? I mean, it feels like spring has started, like spring has begun. I can see some daisies in the little yard near my home. And the weather is a lot better. Before I went out when it was like 1:30, 2 p.m. It was actually like, it was really hot. After a while I'm wearing my winter coat and I was wearing a hat and a scarf and everything. Like, the hat made me start sweating so much in the head, and I also was rather sweaty, like around my neck and a bit on my back, you know. And it definitely felt like oh, there's a kitty. Oh, the kitty. Oh, is he my boy? Okay. Oh, I've lost him. We have to wait for the car to pass by. Awkward. Oh yeah, the key is there. Or maybe it's the trash. Oops. It's fine. I love cats and I also am trash, so okay, anyway. I have to go in the area where there's the graveyard. It's basically my go-to area, always. Sorry, I was saying that before it definitely did feel a lot like it was not winter. I could have even mistaken the weather for like summer weather. You know, like a bit like chill, very, very, very chilly summer days. Like those summer days where the difference, like the temperature difference is a lot, and you feel like, oh my gosh, did winter come back? Like, it's supposed to be the summer, but I want to be under a blanket almost. I get that, but I mean, it was definitely a very, very springy weather. Then I had all the wind making me breathe and helping me breathe so much better. Sometimes, I mean, most seasons, going outside doesn't help me breathe, because if it's so cold, like in the winter, in a way, yes, it's easier to breathe, but it can also be a bit difficult, because like the hair can sting, it can burn your lungs almost. When it's the summer, no, I can't breathe at all. It's terrible when it's too hot. And in autumn, I have my worst allergies in spring and in autumn. And in autumn, for some reason, when the allergies eat, and they affect mostly my respiratory system, my breathing. And when the allergies hit in spring and in the summer, they tend to affect more like my nose and my eyes, but they don't really affect my lungs and my, like, yeah, what are they called? It's bronchitis. And what's the name of the organs? I have no idea. Well, my little lung thing is, it's weird. It's definitely a lot warmer than it's supposed to be in this season. But I mean, I'm not complaining. It's nice, I guess, to like be able to go out without wearing gloves. I still wear them because I have very sensitive skin, and I mean, my hands just die from the cold if I don't wear gloves. But like, for example, right now I'm only wearing one glove. I hope that I put the other one in my pocket and that I didn't lose it. And I'm not wearing the one on my right hand because I'm using my right hand to film, and they are not touchscreen gloves. Unfortunately, I had some very beautiful touchscreen gloves. They were like Ravenclaw or gloves. Raven gloves. They were Ravenclaw gloves. They were really pretty, and they also had like the little touch screen tip. I don't know where I lost them. I just know that I'm not sure if I did realize that I had lost them before, because I sort of like remember. Or it's like I vaguely remember realizing that they were gone. They were gone like even 1 year ago. I have to stop talking now. Wait. I don't know. I always feel weird talking to myself at night around people. It's weird. It's like my senses might be like called off, you know what I mean? Why do the cars like slow down when they right next to me? Like, get the freak away. Oh, I'm gonna zap you with my Tesla. Okay. I'm joking, of course. Ooh, the light. Well, the effects of climate change are quite visible this year. I haven't taken part in any climate change manifestation this year, mostly because I'm stuck. I'm very much stuck with my mental health. Like, I couldn't really imagine that like my mental health could get worse than it was last year and the beginning of 2019. But this year, I think if it's not worse, it could just be just as bad. But the thing is that I have been this stuck for a longer time now, and it's more difficult to get out of it once even more time goes by and you get deeper and deeper into the pit. Basically, you just get stuck, and each day that passes by stucks you even more. Yeah, I'm working on at least looking for a job. I mean, I know that I soon will either have a part-time job or maybe even 2 part-time jobs or a full-time job. The thing is, I for certain have found at least 1 part-time job, but before accepting that, I want to wait because I still have to hear back from other jobs that would be full-time jobs, and they said that I would have to wait 2 weeks from when they when they sent me like the confirmation email, there was that I passed through the first. For fuck's sake, that's dog. I shit you know. That's not the right day. I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't stop it. I'm not joking. Okay, I'm joking. I don't want to kill dogs, but the dog is an asshole. He always barks at me. He's not like my two sweet dogs. Here, the two sweet dogs, they always want to play with me. That dog is an asshole. Like, the fence is not even that high, and he almost can jump. Hi! 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 Hi, my boy! You don't recognize me today. Hi! Oh, you do recognize me now. Hi! 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 Bye-bye, doggos. Bye-bye. Here the fence is quite high, and every time there's like the owner of the dogs outside, they always tell the dog to calm down. Like they always call the dog. Like I can sometimes hear the owner whistling to basically get the attention of the dogs so that they don't bark at me. And that's really thoughtful. I think that's really thoughtful if you have like big dogs. And plus, let's just like they are just they can't really escape from their house. Like it's all the fences are very high, and plus they are not aggressive dogs. Like usually when they recognize my face during the day, or sometimes at night. I don't really know what it is. Maybe sometimes it's different. When they recognize my face, they stop barking. At least maybe there's one of them that continues barking sometimes, but they just they basically just grab some rocks with their mouth, and because they want me to throw them at them like balls, basically. It's really, really sweet. But the other dog always gives me a heart attack. I always hope he's not in the garden, and there is no way to know. To be honest, it's really unpredictable, and yeah, like I always have a heart attack when he's just so silent, and then out of nowhere he starts jumping up so high, and this fence just barely covers him, but I'm sure that he could jump even more high than that. Like, you can tell that if he tried harder, like if I stayed there when he's barking at me, he would jump higher. Like, he doesn't just bark at me, he also jumps. And the more I stay there, the harder he tries, and I don't want to be attacked by the dog. Like, it feels like that dog is aggressive. He doesn't just stop. I don't know this word in English, do I? No, I think I do. Oh yeah, I do know. I'm at the landfill. It's, just a landfill, but it's like closed at night. Plus it's really tiny. I have like a bit of a memory from when I was like very, very little of going here, and it felt like it was such a cool place, and it was so far away from my home. It's not, but it's next to the woods. It's next to complete nature. It's really scary, and like you can feel the adrenaline rush, and you can really. Oh, this guy is playing football. Too bad it's not girls playing football. I would stay a bit longer. But this place. Anyway, you can feel like the adventure and the thrill that this gives you. Also because it, like the wind here and being surrounded by the woods, and being surrounded by basically a river that most of the times the river is not running, most of the times there is no water even. So you only have like the waterbed and the little rocks that are basically the waterbed, just there is no water most of the time. So you can really, all the air basically comes here. All the air gets pushed here, and so it feels like you are in the middle of it all. I mean, you are in the middle of it all. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing with this video, but it's already been too long, I guess, and I probably wanted to talk about even more stuff, but I think it's better if I make like shorter walk videos, like little chats. I like to chat when I'm walking. I really like to chat and to update you on stuff when I'm walking, because it doesn't feel like working, and it makes the time go by faster. So I'm already done with my walk, yeah, and I can go home and rest. And plus, I don't know, when I'm walking, I feel the urge to talk anyway. Even if I'm by myself, I talk so much, because walking helps me process. Walking helps me think. Walking helps me feel better, and it also helps me feel better because when I walk, I talk. So I don't know if it's the talking or the walking that helps. I think it's both. Yeah. So I prefer doing shorter videos, just more frequent. I mean, it's not like people actually watch this, but I think the videos that I upload are mostly like chats of like me talking about my life, basically updating the world on what I'm doing, how I have been doing, how I'm feeling. I think that is really helpful for me too, because sometimes I go back to those videos and I get to see how I was feeling in the past. I get to see what emotions were going. Freaking dog. I get to see basically how I was doing, and I get a nice new perspective on things, because the only perspective I have is the perspective from the point of view that I had at that point in time. In the future I can only look back on that, and anyway, things get altered with time. Like the memories that you have with things can get altered, and you may feel nostalgic about something that actually was really shitty. Or maybe you think of the past as worse than it actually was. Maybe the past is as bad as the future is. Or yeah, I just want to have a fresh perspective in the future. If it makes sense, I want to be able to see how Luna was on the 21st of February 2020. Another doggy. Oh no, it's the same dog. Yeah, I mean the owner, I'm not sure it's the same dog. Maybe not. I mean, there's another dog there too, but I think it's the one that made me have a heart attack. When it's in front and there's the owner, like the guy, he calls the dog in, but the dog is almost never with the owners. It's fine though. So thank you so much for watching. I really like to take you with me during my walks, especially my night walks. I know you can't see much on the screen. There's not much light, but I love to go around town when the city is asleep. And I really love to take you with me, so thank you if you watched it. Thank you if you just exist, I guess, because you need to be thanked for existing too. Okay, things are getting awkward. I don't know why I'm rambling so much and saying such awkward things. I say awkward things, it's my thing. An awkward person. Yeah. Oh, Good Omens. I love Good Omens. I've started watching Good Omens and I am already on the last episode of season 1. I started it yesterday. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you before I went away. I would talk about it for like 10 or 20 more minutes, but I guess that's it for this video because otherwise it will be too long. So thank you for watching. I love you all, my people. Bye-bye.